white young folks have been coming door to door letting us know about the new political party that is being created. This political party is called the Mississippi Freedom Democratic Party. It is supposed to be a party that represents the interests of us colored people here in Mississippi. We are now. We are separated from the whites in every area of life: housing, school, church, public transportation. They don't want to be around us, and frankly, we don't want to be around them either. Why would we want to be around people that so viciously hate us, that want to hurt us and murder us? We would rather have an area all to ourselves when we can live our lives freely without oppression. So we will not be voting because our interests are in ourselves and the safety of our families. Those that attempt to vote lose their jobs, their houses, and sometimes their lives. And for what? For no change to occur? We are fooling ourselves into thinking that things will change in our favor in a country that isn't even ours. And young people, I suggest you go back to the North before you find yourself dead fighting a fight that isn't yours.
People get ready. There's a train a-coming. You don't need no baggage. You just get on board. All you need is faith to hear the diesels humming. You don't need no ticket. You just stand.
In response to the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, the Church of Christ, located in Jackson, Mississippi, will not be allowing student volunteers to house in our facilities. We would like to make clear that we are not opposed to the efforts of your groups, but that we are only concerned for the safety and well-being of the church and its community members. Before making this decision, we have thoroughly reviewed your case, and we offer our strongest condolences that we cannot aid in your active efforts.
Our church is a center of community for our surrounding neighborhoods, and we provide hope and aid to our members. And we cannot afford to bear any burden brought upon by SNCC members. Thank you for understanding.
Faith is the key. Open up the doors and water. There's hope for all among those who love the most.
We are here to inform you of the admittance of several Northern White College students. The reason for our welcome is so that these students may help us demolish roadblocks in the way for selfish. These students should not cause no alarm, but should be thanked for their assistance towards our goal.
We have faced many great challenges to get our staff members and patrons the right to elect and run for offices that affect our ability to teach and guide our students, where they are the greatest catalyst of change.
We entrust our allies in the North to use the facilities that you pay for, and we are so thankful for as a small, insignificant investment for the future of Mississippi.
Historically, in the state of Mississippi, African Americans have not been allowed to vote. By allowing these Northerns in area to help recruit African American voters, we are not only helping them, but also helping ourselves. The world around us is progressing, and we do not want to be left behind. Thank you for your cooperation.
Dear Mississippi Freedom Democratic Party, we the people of Little Street will not be voting in this upcoming election. As a group, we have decided it was too risky to vote. Another reason is that we are used to the fact that we cannot vote, so it does not really matter that we still cannot vote. We believe in everything that the Mississippi Freedom Democratic Party says, but it is a conflict of interest.
We spoke with the MFDP recently, and we believe in what they said. We need to take a stand and make a difference. Mississippi doesn't accurately represent the nation. Generations before us could have only dreamed about voting, and now is our opportunity to fight and make a difference. The MFDP is working hard, and it is our duty to fight with them. Just a few weeks ago, we joined the march to Jackson, Mississippi to fight for our voting rights, but we were met by people who don't want to see us as equals.
We were being and ridiculed by the same people that occupy Citizens Council. Without our votes, these same people will only hinder us and continue to keep us in a box. All you have to do is register to vote. Join the cause and make a difference.
Good afternoon, Mr. and Mrs. Are you registered to vote?
If they say yes, then you say, great. We appreciate your support and ask that you encourage your neighbors as well.
If they say no, we say, we know it's tough, but aren't you tired of being mistreated or of the discrimination and of not having a voice? You and I can change this by registering to vote and supporting the Mississippi Freedom Democratic Party. We greatly appreciate your vote.
No risk to family. The risk is great, but the potential for change is even greater. By registering to vote, you can promise your children a better life. Isn't their future worth the risk?
If after all that they still say no, then we say thank you for your time. We hope that in the future you reconsider your decision.
Due to the conditions of voting centers, we feel that it is too risky to attempt and vote. Prevent us from voting. We are in favor of bringing about change, but unfortunately, this is not the right time for us. Therefore, the residents of your little street will not partake in the voting polls during this voting period. Sincerely, Little Street.
Wake up, everybody, no more sleeping in bed.
Dear parents, I am writing to inform you all that we will be integrating our school and inviting Northern white students to join us in our journey to a higher education. They will be rooming, boarding, and using our facilities for meetings. I assume that this may be seen as a potential threat to the safety of your children. However, I am confident that the two groups of students, though very different, will get along just fine. As an education system who seeks equal opportunities for all students, regardless of race, religion, ethnicity, and gender, we are excited to fully integrate Three Migos Academy.
We accept that you fully support us in our decision. Our Northern students are just as enthusiastic to join us as we are to have them. We assure you that the safety of our students will not be compromised in any way. We plan to make this an exciting academic year, and we are sure to see plenty of growth, both academically and socially.
Any parents or guardians who have any further questions or concerns, please feel free to schedule a meeting.
Wake up, all the teachers, time to teach a new way. Maybe then they'll listen to what you have to say.
As for me, I will not be joining the MFDP. It stands for all of whites seeing the treatment of blacks here in Mississippi, but the aftermath, when all of this is over, is something I cannot do. They will try to lynch us, burn our homes, our churches. I have 3 kids and a husband that works. I even work. Joining this party would put us all in jeopardy. I am all for equality and singing songs with whites that fight for us, but there aren't any in this state. Yes, all of America should see this cruel reality we call life. And yes, it is time we fight. But this party is asking for the KKK to be at my door. I can't even go to register without getting beat or spat on and called words no one should ever hear. I'm tired, but I am not stupid. I have too much to lose, and the whites hold all the cards. Maybe when Johnson starts making some changes on voting, I just can't do it. Call me a coward, weak, or call me what you like. You guys are asking for my family to be targets like the risk of being black isn't enough. I respect the efforts and the courage.
When you teach the children to jump the very best can.
I wish you all well and pray for your protection as you go forth in this path. You guys are stronger and more outgoing than I, and I wish my faith was that strong, but again, I will not be joining. Okay. Here at Church of God, we promote peace, growth, leadership, and foundation. As a community, we value others and don't make anybody feel less of a person. We are a family. We hold each other to do what is best. As our culture moves in new directions, we still want to keep the originality of our church. We like the thought of well-mannered behavior throughout the church. Our beliefs that lies in our culture is the conviction of that we hold to be true about our church environment. Our culture shapes us as a church. We will continue to keep it growing and developing.
Thank you. Do you want to share with us why you're not going to let the the SNCC stay?
Okay, well, we put into different labels. Like one of them is.
And just curious, what do you mean by like improper use of facilities?
Like, we're a church, so we want to keep it a church,
Yeah.
not move on, branch on to other things.
Or is it that the college kids are going to be in there,
Yeah, that's
male and
what
female?
college kids, yeah.
So more of the, you don't want college kid teenage shenanigans in your church house?
We just don't want to get burned down, because if they're gonna bring problems to the church, that
Oh, they're
we
going to bring
can't
attention
reverse.
that might threaten it
There we
because
go.
of the citizens council.
Mhm.
It's not the hanky-panky, it's not church and state, it's the attention that could happen from the citizens council, the Klan and those.
Yeah.
Exactly what we said when we was planning all this.
Okay.
That was the
That's
point,
exactly our whole thing.
All right.
Let it be.
Dear congregation, we feel it is best for all of you not to invade our property for room, board, and meeting. We simply feel that it is a bad idea, that it would also be a high risk of losing our church. Our church is our safe haven and keeps us away from negative environment outside of the church. While people have been brutally attacked for hundreds of years, we are still fighting that battle today.
Wake up all the doctors, make the old people well. They're the ones
James Chaney, they were trying to help us black folks to vote, but they disappeared. They were found brutally beaten, shot, and killed. These actions was by local police and Ku Klux Klan.
Wait,
we are
time
all
out,
been
pause.
All we have to do is put it in our mind. Surely things will work out. They do it every time. The world won't get no better if we just let it be.
To help us vote. There is no point in putting our lives in danger and still not knowing if we will be able to vote. Even if registered, somehow the state will do anything in their power not to let us vote. So do not come.
That's it.
Mr. Principal, those of us from SNCC would like to ask for your permission to use the gymnasium for our upcoming meetings, room, and board for the time being. There will be approximately 2,500 of us coming down in preparation of convincing the people to vote. We want to gather here to incline voters in a way that will support the integration movement.
Reverend, SNCC is making a trip down to your church, Hillside. We would like to hold meetings here to campaign for the integration of public facilities. We understand and sympathize with the fact that you may be hesitant to move forward with this, but we believe that this is what needs to be done.
Overall, the goal of our efforts in writing to you is to resolve the matters concerning integration of public facilities and the persuasion of voting in.
Dear churches and school, we are SNCC and we're coming down to convince people to vote. If you would like to help us make a change, we would greatly appreciate any supplies or offers. And one way to help us help you to vote is to give us a place to stay. We can help you help yourselves is to bring people from the north. But we need a place to stay, and we know that you can provide it. So if you want to make a change for your kids, for your kids' kids, or your neighbor, or even yourself. Please help us find these people a place to stay so we can make a change together. Thank you very much. Sincerely, Snip.
You can close it all the way so we don't pick up their sound. Thank you.
Ding, ding, ding. Hello, ma'am. I'm Asanka, and this is Caitlin and Glory.
What do y'all want?
My friends and I are here today to convince you to vote.
It's pointless. You're wasting your time.
Oh no, ma'am, voting is very important.
I got 1 foot in the grave, and it's too late for my voice to matter.
You know, you might be old, but it's never too late to make a difference for the new generation.
We're not that old. What my friend meant to say was that your age doesn't matter and you can still make a change.
Yeah, whatever.
So you're fine with having your voice silenced and ignored?
My voice has been ignored all my life. I'm used to it.
Now it's time to be heard.
Black people have been oppressed for too long.
We contribute to society enough, but we can't even vote. How can you sit back and be okay with that?
We tried to change the white man's world, and nothing has happened.
I'm tired of getting beat. I can't do it anymore.
So much has changed though.
Exactly, for example.
Brown versus Board of Education helped integrate schools.
Bus boycott helped desegregate buses.
This shows our voice can change things.
Imagine if we got the right to vote. We could elect someone that would actually care and listen to us black folks.
She does have a point.
Oh, exactly. That's why your vote matters so much, so we can make a difference.
So we can be heard and have a say in Congress. Don't you want that?
Alright, you convinced me.
Me too.
I'm glad you'll help us.
Yes, thank you for helping to make a change.
Thanks for opening our eyes.
Yes, I see why it matters so much.
Have a nice, beautiful, and blessed day.
We hope to see you soon.
My name is Alex Cheney. I'm a part of the Freedom Summer Movement. I am a college student from New York. We are here in Mississippi because we want to stand with you all in your fight for freedom by registering you all to vote and creating a better life for you.